Hey everyone, welcome back to Cruise class. In today's lesson, we'll be looking at an example of an arithmetic progression problem. Now the problem states, an AP has the second term being 5 and the sixth term being 21, meaning term number 2 would be 5 and term number 6 would be 21. So part 1 asks us to find the first term and the common difference. Remember, the first term is represented by A. The common difference is represented by D. Part 2, list the first 6 terms. Part 3, determine the 21st term. Now, to tackle part 1, which says find the first term and the common difference, the information that is given, as we can see, the information that's given, the second term is equal to 5, the sixth term is equal to 21. Now that we know that, remember the formula for the nth term. Nth term is equal to the first term A plus n minus 1 times D, which is the common difference. Now, if we know that the second term is 5, we can apply this to the formula. Now, 5 is the second term. That would be equal to A plus 2. N would be 2 because we're dealing with the second term, minus 1 times D. And if the sixth term is 21, that would be equal to A plus 6 minus 1 times D. N would be 6 because 21 is the sixth term. When we simplify these two equations, 2 minus 1, we will have 1D. 6 minus 1, we will have 5D. When we simplify these two equations, we end up with these two simultaneous equations. They are simultaneous because the variables are the same for both equations. A and D are the same value for both equations, and we know this because A and D are constant values that will not change. Now, if we call equation 1 5 equal A plus D, we call equation 2 21 equal A plus 5D, we can solve using simultaneous equations, and my favorite method is the substitution method. So using equation 1, because it's a simpler equation in my opinion, let us use equation 1 and solve for A. So if 5 is equal to A plus D as equation 1, therefore A would be equal to 5 minus D. So what we're going to do next, if A is now represented by 5 minus D, we can now substitute A into equation 2. As we can see here, substitute A into equation 2. So in equation 2, we have 21 equals to A plus 5D. Instead of putting A, we're now going to put 5 minus D. And we see it right there. So therefore, we know that 21 is equal to 5 minus D plus 5D. Minus D plus 5D is positive 4D. And then we'll have 21 equal to 5 plus 4D. 5 minus 21 is 16 is equal to 4D. So therefore, D would be equal to 16 divided by 4. So D is 4. So there we have it. The common difference is 4. Now that we know one unknown, we can solve for the next unknown by substituting. So we know that D is 4. So we're now going to substitute D into equation 1. So if 5 is equal to A plus D, remember, this is equation 1. We now know that D is 4. So if we put 4 where D is, we have 5 equal to A plus 4. So therefore, A must be equal to 5 minus 4. So therefore, A is 1. So our first term is 1. And our common difference is 4. As you can see, D is 4, A is 1. So part 1 of the question is solved. Moving to part 2. Part 2 says list the first 6 terms. If we have the first term as 1 and the common difference as 4, all we have to do is literally add the common difference as we go along until we reach the sixth term. So A is 1. First term is 1. Plus 4, 5. Plus 4, 9. Plus 4, 13. Plus 4, 17. Plus 4, 21. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the first 6 terms. And it's that simple. Now part 3 says determine the 21st term. Now to determine the nth term of any AP series, we use the formula AN equal to A plus N minus 1 times D. And AN would be A21 because we're dealing with the 21st term. So as we can see here, let me just get this right. The 21st term must be equal to the first term 1 plus n, which would be 21, minus 1 times d, which would be 4. 21 minus 1 is 20. 20 times 4, 80. 80 plus 1, 81. So therefore, the 21st term would be 81. And that's how we solved this AP question.